Hi everyone, it's Miss Rossi. Today we are going to make art based on the book Sky Color by Peter H. Reynolds. What you'll be needing today is a white piece of paper. There might be one in your art folder labeled extra that you can use, but any other white paper you have at home will work. You can take your label off because we don't need that. There's also this sky journal paper you can download on my Canvas page where you can look at the sky and mark off the different colors that you see at different points in different days if you would like to do that to help you get some inspiration for a picture. You're going to need a pencil, a marker or pen, or something else you can use to trace. I have an eraser. I have some watercolors and some crayons that I'm going to use today to add color to my picture, but you can use anything you have at home to color in your picture if you want to use crayons, markers, colored pencils, or anything else. In Peter H. Reynolds' book Sky Color, Marisol realizes that she can create whatever color she would like while she is painting a mural for her school. The sky, she notices, changes throughout the day and with different weather, so she has the freedom to make the sky whatever color she would like. On the Sky Journal paper, there's different boxes where you can color in the color of the sky each day. And there's different boxes for each day, so you can color it in during the morning, the afternoon, and the evening. Right now, it is the afternoon, and the sky is looking a little like a grayish blue. So I'm going to grab a little grayish blue color. It's a little cloudy today. And I'm going to color in that box with the sky color that I see right now. Now I can hold on to this paper, and this evening when the sun starts to set, I can color in the next box. I can do this throughout the entire week if I have extra time, and see how the sky changes color every day. Now this is just to give you inspiration. You do not need to fill out the entire sheet. It is just to help inspire you, because today we are going to make a landscape. A landscape is a picture of the outdoors. Your landscape can show a forest, a beach, a farm, some mountains. It could even be outside by your house. I'm going to draw a landscape today that has some different fields of grass and some mountains in the background, but your landscape can look however you would like. I'm holding my paper so it is longest going left to right. We actually call this landscape style because it is wide enough for us to fit a nice big landscape that is longer than it is tall. As I am drawing my landscape, I'm going to think about my book and think about Sky Color and my Sky Journal and even the sky outside, and think of all the different colors I can use to fill in my sky once I start to color in my picture. Now your picture does not have to look like mine. You can color it however you would like, and you can draw your landscape to look however you would like. I'm going to start with some fields of grass along the bottom of my paper. So I'm going to start with just some big curved lines coming down from the sides that connect to the middle and to the edges of my paper. So these are going to be some big grassy hills, and then I'm going to do one big curve going across the entire background. And that curve is kind of closer towards the middle of my paper. I want to add some mountains to my picture. So starting around the center, I'm just going to do a nice big zigzag line to draw some different sized mountains. Your mountains can be pointy along the top, or they could be round. It's up to you. Now that I have my mountains on there, I want some snow on the top of my mountains, so I'm just going to do a little wavy line at the top of each of my points to add a little area for some snow. I also want some trees in my landscape, so I'm going to start with two straight lines going up, and then I'm going to do a big zigzag line coming down to make a nice big pine tree. I'm going to do that same kind of zigzag line on the other side to complete the shape of my tree. Now there are all different kinds of trees out in the world. You can draw any kinds of trees, bushes, hills, mountains on your picture. Again, yours does not have to look like mine. I'm going to draw another tree down towards the bottom, and then I'm going to put a tiny one all the way in the back. I'm going to add some details in my sky. I'm going to throw a sun in the top corner, and some clouds. My cloud is a straight line along the bottom and then the little curvy bouncy line up at the top. Now we want to leave a lot of space open for our sky so we can fill it in with all of our different bright sky colors that we would like. Now that I'm done drawing my picture, I'm going to use my marker to trace over it. Now, as you're drawing your landscape, you can add any other details that you would like. Maybe you want to add some animals in your landscape. Maybe you want to show some houses or some people in there too. It is up to you. Maybe you drew a beach scene as your landscape. So maybe you want to draw yourself playing on the beach. Or maybe you drew a farm and you want to have a farmhouse and some farm animals. It is up to you. I'm starting by tracing my trees and my two hills. As I'm tracing this background line that separates my grass from my mountains, I'm being careful to jump over my trees because I don't want to draw through them. And then I can start to trace my mountains. I'm just carefully going over the top of all of my pencil lines. And once I am done, I am going to erase any of those pencil lines that I can still see. There we go. Now I'm going to grab my eraser and erase any of those pencil lines that I can still see before I start to add color to my picture. There we go. Now it is time to color in our picture. I'm going to use crayons to color in all of the parts of my landscape except for the sky. For the sky, I'm going to use my watercolors so I can mix and blend all my different colors together. Now we learned in our book that the sky doesn't have to just be blue, and that goes for everything in our landscape. You can decide what colors you'd like to make all the different parts. Maybe you don't want your grass to be green, or maybe you don't want your trees to look like real trees from real life. You can color all of these different parts however you would like. I'm going to start by doing a bunch of different color greens for my grass. So I'm going to pick some light greens and some dark greens. Again, you can choose whatever colors you would like. Yours does not have to look like mine. I have this very bright, light greenish yellow that I'm going to fill in this larger background space with. As I'm coloring with my crayons, I am coloring back and forth nice and slowly to fill in the entire space. I am not scribbling, and I am making sure that I am trying to stay inside the lines as best as I can so I can color my picture in neatly and completely. Now I'm going to jump into a different section, and I have a different colored green here. And again, I'm coloring back and forth nice and slowly, trying my best to stay inside the lines and do my absolute neatest coloring as I make sure to fill in all of the white space. I'm going to pick this greenish blue to fill in my trees. And this color is a little bit different than the normal greens we see our trees in real life. And I think that is going to make my picture more fun and exciting. And just like when I was coloring in my grass, I'm coloring nice and slowly inside the lines to fill in that space completely. I'm going to grab another color for the trunks of my trees. This is more of a bright orangish brown. I want my picture to be colorful and fun and bright. So it's okay if my colors don't look perfectly like real life, because I still think they look fun and exciting. I'm actually going to take a purplish color to color in my mountains. And then maybe I'll pick a lighter purple as my snow on the tops. When you're making art, you get to decide what you want your world to look like. There are no rules when it comes to what colors you're picking and how you want your artwork to look. It is all up to you. You get to decide what you think is going to look best. Now I have a light pinkish purple color that I am going to color in my snow. And once that is done, the only thing left I'm going to color in with my crayons are my clouds and my sun. Now the reason I'm doing my crayons for all of these smaller details like the clouds and the sun and the different parts of my landscape is because our crayons are going to resist our watercolor paint. They're not going to let our watercolor cover over it. So if I color in all these other areas and I want to blend in all the different colors of my sky, then I know that these won't get mixed up with my sky colors. Making some pink clouds. And a bright orange sun. And now it's time for the most exciting part. I'm going to make my own sky color to fill in the rest of my landscape. Now our sky, we learned, does not just have to be blue. Our sky can be made up of all different colors. So I am going to use my watercolor paints and blend them together in the sky to make a beautiful, colorful, and exciting picture. And again, as you're doing this, your sky does not have to be the same colors as mine. It does not have to look like mine. You should be making your own sky color using your favorite colors or whatever colors you would like. So far, I'm starting with a mix of some oranges and yellows and pinks. As I'm painting, it's okay if I get close to my clouds and to my mountains, because again, our crayon is going to resist our watercolor. It's not going to let our watercolor cover over it. I think I'm going to get crazy and even add some green in my sky. As I'm painting, I'm making sure to wash my paintbrush as I am going from one color to another. I want my colors to mix together and blend on my paper, but I don't want to mix them together in my palette. As I wet my paintbrush, I'm also making sure to dry it off on the side of my cup so it doesn't drip water all over the table. And there you have it. That is my sky all finished. My sky color is made up of all the colors of the rainbow, and I am allowing the water from the watercolor to just mix those and blend them together on their own. Once you're done with your picture, you can upload a photo or video of it on my Canvas page. I can't wait to see all the different sky colors you guys have created. Try your best, have fun, and get creative, and I'll see you soon. Bye!